Hello there, foolish mortals. As I'm sure you already know, a very merry and macabre game is soon to be released on November 5th. Recently, I ventured up north to visit Inklingwood Studios, in an undisclosed location somewhere near Durham.
Hello, fellow adventurer. Welcome to Inklingwood Studios, where we're working on Foolish Mortals. So I'm David, this is Sophie, I'm the writer, director, producer of Foolish Mortals. Sophie is the programmer, and this is where we work from. This is where I wrote the game, where I commissioned all the assets, where I reviewed everything that we've got in, the art, the music, the sound effects, everything like that. That's where it's been programmed.
Yep, where it all gets implemented on Visionaire Studio over here. All the assets and things that will be put into the game. And so this is where the whole game is contained. Every scene, every character, every bit of music, every inventory item. So once David has produced, directed, reviewed stuff, it gets sent over to me and gets implemented in here.
And we also have a big monitor in between, a big screen in between us, so that we can, when either of us has something really cool to show each other, we can put it onto the monitor and both see.
Yeah, we have some kind of custom animations, I think things like Murphy's expressions and things, which we'll be going through really soon. Yeah, so Murphy grinning, probably, obviously, these two when he's pleased with himself. We've got a lot of mischievous moments, I think, so I imagine that one will be being used a lot.
So what kind of thing would make Murphy scared then?
We do have quite a lot of ghosts in the game.
Yes, yeah, they are a key feature.
There's lots of dangers on Devil's Rock where the game is set. Alligators, voodoo, evil spirits.
I have returned to you, Master.
We describe the game as spooky but not scary. One of the thoughts I had when designing it was that although it is a haunted house, there is a haunted house in the game, we didn't want it to be just a haunted house game. So you have the house, but you also have the entire island around you, which has a church and a cemetery and a port town and a fort and loads of other locations.
Yeah.
That we jump back and forth between. So everyone in the house might be dead, but everyone outside the house is still living.
Mister, are you okay? I'm so sorry. I was told... Mister? Oh, God darn it!
Yeah, I've always been kind of curious about the name. Like, how did you come up with the name Foolish Mortals?
So originally our working title for it was The Ghost Game, because that's as much as we knew it was going to be. But then when I sat down to actually give it a name, my initial thinking was like The Mystery at Belmore Manor or The Curse of Belmore Manor, but I was just rifling off silly things to Sophie. Well, why don't we just call it Foolish Mortals?
Yeah.
Something silly. And then Sophie went, actually, why don't we go with that?
Yeah, and it was kind of...
And I was like, no, we can't...
It took David a while to kind of come round to thinking, okay, yeah, that could actually work. But I was like, yeah, I think that works really well. It's kind of unique and, it's something a bit different.
It's memorable.
Yeah.
And one of those pleasing things is when we did announce it on Twitter, Dave Grossman, who's worked on Day of the Tentacle and all sorts, he said, now that is an adventure game title. So I was very pleased.
Is the lost treasure even what I think it is? To find out, I might have to die too.
So, do you spend most of your time in here then, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah. This is it. This is where the whole game is developed. So we're working with a lot of very talented people who produce things for us, like the music, the artwork, the animations.
We've been so lucky with the people that we found. Every time we get a new asset, a new piece of the music or something, we immediately go, we got something new, we've got something new. And
so
then Sophie will come around here and we'll
yeah.
watch the screen of the new thing that we've got.
Yeah.
But
if our boys are here, they'll crowd round the screen as well, and yeah, they'll be really, really looking forward to seeing new things.
In fact, I might have some of the work that I would do. This is the type of drawing that I would put together that gets sent to our concept artist. Well, the process for designing for doing the backgrounds was I would start with a sketch like this, which we'd then give to one of our concept artists who would draw it up with the correct perspective and all of the elements that we need to be in the background. From that, we would then give it to David Chipora, who would do the line work. And then from David Chipora, we'd then give it to Tanya Rieri, who worked on Broken Sword 5 and as a colorist, and she would color the background. So this is one of the old backgrounds that we did, which was doll's house style. So you've got the three walls, and it's really flat and quite static. So when we got this redone, this is what it changed to. So we angled it. We added foreground elements like the ship, and in a more interesting way of entering the scene up the staircase rather than out of the doorway before. If you want to see our adventure game collection stuff, we have McDevitt's and Lockman coasters from Broken Sword. Mm-hmm. Plus the Templar keyring that Tony Warrener had reproduced, which are fantastic. That was Manny was a present along with a cross-stitched Guybrush LeChuck.
And that was made by me.
And actually, while we're at this section, I can also show. So I used to design adventure games when I was a child, and these are the manuals that I put together for the adventure games I made. Peter Starlight, very much Monkey Island inspired game, and a Child Spy game. But what I used to do with these is I used to draw out the backgrounds on card and then blue tack down the hotspots that you could interact with, and that meant that my friends could play my adventure games, and if they picked something up, I could peel it off the background and then put it onto their inventory. Yeah, it's like that. I mean, that was looking down a drain where there's a 50p at the bottom of the drain, so I'm sure that involved a magnet and a piece of string in order to get the 50p in order to buy something. I've wanted to make an adventure game ever since I was 7 or 8, when I'd be drawing out adventure games on paper and getting my friends to play them. But my actual career went via theme park design. But then it was when COVID happened and all theme park projects just stopped immediately. I thought, well, I've wanted to make an adventure game since I was a child. Why don't I use this opportunity? Because it's the same creative direction skills that go into theme park design that would go into a video game. I've got project management experience now, so let's just jump in and do that. And initially I was going to program the whole thing as well as doing everything that I have done on the game, which I realise now is a terrible idea. But fortunately, while sat here one evening, I started saying to Sophie, look, if you were going to program this thing, how would you do it? And you were just reading out, you were going through if statements in your head as to how it could be done.
It's mostly come out of David's need to create things, just always working on some sort of project, and then I really enjoy finding ways to implement that. So it's, I think for us, we're both doing things that we really enjoy, that we're really passionate about.
I can't wait to finally unbox this game and investigate the mystery of Belmore Manor. One last thing I'd like to know though, what's up with the chicken?
Well, we have a chicken in the game.
This is probably the most interesting bug. The chicken just...
Anything that can go wrong with that chicken has gone wrong with that chicken. It changes size. It appeared in a completely different scene to the scene that it's meant to be in, and we still have no idea how that happened. And then at one point it multiplied. There's only meant to be one chicken, and we walked into the scene and there's suddenly 3 of them. Hello, fellow adventurer. Welcome to Inklingwood Studios, where we're working on Foolish Mortals. What did you do?
I was just I was supposed to say this. Again, that can go in the bloopers. I just smiled.